You never see positive drug stories on the news, do you? Isn't that weird? Since most of the experiences I've had on drugs were real fucking positive. Who are these morons they're finding? That's what I want to know. I used to want to call the news. Come over to our house. Watch Tommy. He's a pig. Film him. He's been doing that for hours. He's killing us. You getting all that? You know what I mean? Always that same LSD story. You've all seen it. Young man on acid thought he could fly, jumped out of a building. What a tragedy. What a dick. Fuck him. He's an idiot. If he thought he could fly, why didn't he take off on the ground first? Check it out. You don't see ducks lined up to catch elevators to fly south. They fly from the ground, you moron. Quit ruining for everybody. He's a moron. He's dead. Good. We lost a moron. Fucking celebrate. Wow, I just felt the world get lighter. We lost a moron. Put on the Hammer album. I'm ready to dance. We lost a moron. I don't mean to sound cold or cruel or vicious, but I am, so that's the way it comes out. Professional help is being sought. How about a positive LSD story? Wouldn't that be newsworthy just once? To base your decision on information rather than scare tactics and superstitions and lies? Just once. I think it would be newsworthy. Today, a young man on acid realized that all matter is merely energy condensed to a slow vibration, that we are all one consciousness experiencing itself subjectively. There is no such thing as death. Life is only a dream, and we're the imagination of ourselves. Here's Tom with the weather.
Stop it there, and welcome to Mika Reaction Reviews, where we react to things on the internet. Same day, same shirt, different video. And today we're returning to Bill Hicks with positive drug stories. I once asked myself this question as well. Like, anytime you hear about anybody doing drugs or whatever, especially if it's like in a mainstream, it's always like really, really terribly bad. And I understand why they have to show these stories, because those things do happen and you need to understand the risk of whatever you're getting into. But there are also a lot of positive drug stories, like you said. When I say positive, I'm more or less thinking about psychedelics, which I don't really consider drugs, but I mean, that's how they're classified. And for me, I definitely have had some positive LSD stories, and I've heard of plenty of them. And people have literally changed their lives for the better because of an intense trip. And you never really you hear about those on individual channels, like people who have trip report channels or drug educational, psychedelic educational channels, but you don't hear that in a mainstream. But I kind of understand why, because like you can't really be like, hey, this girl did like a few lines of coke and she had an amazing time. You can't do that, because there are people who are going to do it and they're going to overdose. There are going to be people who are going to do it and they're going to ruin their lives and destroy their families. And so I understand why you don't hear positive drug stories. But there is a lot more, there's a lot of fear mongering out there and a lot of miseducation about especially psychedelics. Again, if you drink alcohol, if you participate in alcohol, if you smoke cigarettes and you're against psychedelics, then you're a giant hypocrite or you're uninformed. Because for me, I would much rather take a microdose than drink alcohol any day of the week, because alcohol makes me feel like shit. It kills your fucking brain cells, and it has caused way more harm and death than any psychedelic that I've ever heard of. There's positive effects of psychedelics as well, therapies now that they're using psychedelics with. It's sad that, you know, the study of psychedelics has literally been cut off for decades, which you might ask yourself, why? Has the government ever proven they've done anything that doesn't benefit them and harm you? Anyway, let's continue. Before we do, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, get the notifications when I do upload. All of that really does help with the algorithm, guys. And if you want to support the channel any further, you can donate. My PayPal me link in the description box below and also in the comment section. Of course, it helps, but you don't have to. You can just like, comment, subscribe. Another great way to support this channel is either join my brand new membership program, different levels, different tiers, different perks, or you can visit my brand new merch shop, links down below. And if you like, you can super thanks. Other than that, sit back, relax, and continue to enjoy the video. All right, here you go.
You've been fantastic, and I hope you enjoyed it. There is a point. Is there a point to all this? Let's find a point. Is there a point to my act? I would say there is. I have to. The world is like a ride at an amusement park, and when you choose to go on it, you think it's real, because that's how powerful our minds are. And the ride goes up and down and round and round. It has thrills and chills, and it's very brightly colored, and it's very loud, and it's fun for a while. Some people have been on the ride for a long time, and they begin to question, is this real, or is this just a ride? And other people have remembered, and they come back to us, and they say, hey, don't worry, don't be afraid, ever, because this is just a ride. And we kill those people. Shut him up. We have a lot invested in this ride. Shut him up. Look at my furrows of worry. Look at my big bank account and my family. Has to be real. It's just a ride. But we always kill those good guys who try and tell us that. You ever notice that? And let the demons run amok? But it doesn't matter, because it's just a ride. And we can change it anytime we want. It's only a choice. No effort, no work, no job, no savings of money. A choice right now between fear and love. The eyes of fear want you to put bigger locks on your door, buy guns, close yourself off. The eyes of love instead see all of us as one. Here's what we can do to change the world right now to a better ride. Take all that money we spend on weapons and defense each year and instead spend it feeding, clothing, and educating the poor of the world, which it would many times over, not one human being excluded, and we can explore space together, both inner and outer, forever in peace. Thank you very much. You've been great. I hope you enjoyed it.
Hicks, that end monologue or the second half of the show was very George Carlin-esque, I would say. And even though I think it's very idealistic and a bit more hippie than I'm used to or I would agree with, I do understand where he's coming from, and I do agree with some of what he's saying. On a massive level, I think it is, again, idealistic to believe that every country in the world are going to lay down their weapons to feed the hungry. I think that you can do that as an individual, but you can't expect everyone to not want to protect themselves, right? It feels very idealistic. In a smaller scale, if you want to do that, if you want to go into countries, if you want to go more rural areas, if you want to join small communities, and that's how you guys live, that's perfect. On a massive level, I think it's too idealistic to think that was ever going to be a thing. I do believe that life is about choices, and a lot of times you do choose your fear and you do choose your misery. You can just shift the way you look at certain situations or your perspective of things. So I do definitely agree with him on that. The whole life is, all imaginary and all in our head or an illusion or all that stuff. In the ways I understand when people say about that, it's the same thing as shifting your perspective of certain things. It doesn't have to, if you're in a situation where you're fearful or you're bored or you have a lot of anxiety or you're angry, if you just shift your perspective of that situation, you can change the way you feel about it, in some ways changing your reality, changing how you're interacting with whatever's going on or the situation that you're in. But I think a lot of people lack accountability and responsibility. They don't make the right choices and then they blame everybody else. He said a lot that I'm not going to break down all in this video, but again, I love what he was saying. I love where he was coming from. I just think some of it is a little idealistic. I'm a big fucking hippie myself, and it was a little heavy for me. Guys, tell me what you think in the comment section below. What he said, what I said in the comment section below. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit that button to get notifications when I do upload. All of that really does help with the algorithm, guys. And if you'd like to support the channel even further, you can donate. My PayPal link is in the description box below, and also in the comment section. Of course, it helps, but you don't have to. You can just like, comment, and subscribe. Another good way to support the channel is either join my brand new membership program, different levels, different tiers, different perks, or you can visit my brand new shop. Links down below. And links to all of the alternative platforms I'm on, my socials, including my Twitter, all the ways to support me and other ways to contact me for business is always in the links down below. And if you like, you can super thanks. I also have a second travel vlog channel. I travel as a lifestyle. I live abroad. If you'd like to know where I am in the world, you can go to the description box below, and also in the comment section, hit the link. Go subscribe to my travel vlog channel, and or follow me on my travel Instagram. My stories is usually what's most up to date. And I also have my other channel, Speak Freely, links down below. And you guys have an amazing day. Bye.